Bobcats have several unique skills that allow them to survive out in the wild. One of those abilities allows them to be excellent climbers. They have long and powerful legs that allow them to jump and climb better than you might originally imagine. Bobcats may also use trees to hunt from above, especially if they are near a small bird, rabbit, or squirrel that they can pounce on. Let's take a closer look. Can bobcats climb trees? Yes, bobcats do climb trees. This unique ability allows them to escape from other predators quickly and sneak away from predators by hiding in tree branches. In many cases, bobcats can even sleep in trees. One of the amazing things about bobcats is that they are capable of using the environment around them to adapt to various conditions. If there is a purpose to climb a tree, bobcats will take advantage of their climbing ability and extensive leg strength to ensure that they use it to their full advantage. Why are bobcats so skilled at climbing? Bobcats are tenacious wild animals, and they are determined to survive. They have several attributes that allow them to survive in the wild, and one of those attributes happens to be an incredible jumping and climbing ability. Bobcats have very long legs that allow them to generate a ton of power when jumping, leaping, or climbing. This can be an imperative ability if they are being hunted or chased. Bobcats have been seen rapidly jumping into trees to escape from the dangers of a predator. The tenacity that bobcats show out in the wilderness is natural to their species. They are determined to survive regardless of the conditions, and they are willing to use their natural gifts to accomplish this task. And it just so happens that they have the lower body ability to be able to climb large objects like trees and rocks without much difficulty. Are there additional reasons for bobcats to climb trees? Escaping from a predator is just one of the reasons that bobcats might jump into a tree. One other reason might be to hunt from above. Bobcats are known for hunting at night in darker conditions, and sometimes it can be beneficial to hunt other small animals from a higher location. Bobcats can stealthily move around in trees and wait for other animals to approach. It can certainly be a popular hunting tactic, but there can also be some valuable assets in trees for bobcats too. Bobcats are not afraid of eating birds, and sometimes when climbing trees, bobcats can find nests with baby birds or eggs inside. Bobcats will not pass on this opportunity to have such an uncontested meal. It may not be the primary reason that bobcats climb trees, but sometimes they will be rewarded if they come across a nest of young birds. They also eat porcupines, which are also tree dwellers. Do bobcats sleep in trees? The only other common reason that bobcats might want to climb a tree is to sleep. Bobcats usually prefer to sleep out in the open or in a den if they are raising their kittens. Occasionally, bobcats will use a nearby tree that they're familiar with and may sleep in one of the branches. There are many photographs online that show bobcats fast asleep in a tree branch. They most likely take short naps or decide after hiding from a predator to take a quick sleep, where they will not be seen or noticed. Are bobcats more comfortable on the ground? You might be wondering if bobcats are simply more comfortable on the ground rather than hanging out in a tree. Most bobcats would probably prefer to remain on the ground, but that isn't always an option. Sometimes bobcats accidentally approach a harmful predator, and their only option is to find a tree where they can escape and hide. Walking and roaming around on the ground can be extremely dangerous for animals like bobcats in the wilderness. One thing that's important to remember about bobcats is they are adaptable to the environment around them. Their ability to stay out of sight high up in a tree also keeps them safe from human hunters as well. It's one of the major reasons that they are capable of living in so many different biomes and environments. They have been spotted in forests, deserts, and mountainous regions where vertical and lateral movement is not convenient. Bobcats are willing to adapt to survive, and that's one of the reasons that you might not spot them on the ground or inside of a tree. They are known for doing whatever it takes to survive, but they really don't like to bring a whole lot of attention to themselves, and that's also one of the reasons that they are so difficult to find in the wilderness. Do bobcats live in trees? It's extremely unlikely that you'll find a bobcat living in the tree in your backyard permanently. If you're lucky, you might see a bobcat in your tree for a single day out of the year, but it's extremely unlikely that they would make a permanent residence out of a tree near your house. The truth is that bobcats have several dens in their local region, and it's extremely common for them to roam around at night in between these locations. Sometimes, bobcats simply need to make a pit stop, to rest for a bit, and that's probably what's happening if you see a bobcat in a tree. However, bobcats can sometimes make their dens inside hollow trees or under tree stumps. Final thoughts. Bobcats are fascinating creatures, and climbing is certainly one of the many impressive attributes that allow them to survive in the wilderness. You should try to always be aware of their survival abilities, because it can help you understand how bobcats operate. They are certainly capable of climbing trees and adapting to the environment around them. These factors are some of the major reasons that they have such a stable population in North America, compared to other species that don't have the same survival skills as the mighty bobcat. Well, that's it for today. If you found this video interesting, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe. Also, check out assortedanimals.com for more animal information. Want to learn more about bobcats? Check out Land of the Bobcats, the documentary.